As World War I raged on, the impact of total war reached far beyond the battlefields and trenches, deeply affecting civilian populations on the home front. One particularly harrowing episode in this grim narrative was the Turnip Winter of 1916 in Germany. This video explores the conditions that led to this severe food crisis, the consequences it had on the German populace, and the broader implications for the conduct of total war during this tumultuous period. Total war in the blockade. Total war strategies aimed at exhausting the economic and military resources of the enemy led to the implementation of naval blockades. The British blockade of Germany sought to cut off essential supplies, including food, and weaken the Central Powers' ability to sustain their war effort. The impact on the home front. As the blockade tightened, Germany faced increasing challenges in providing food for its population. The shortage of imports, compounded by the demands of a mobilized wartime economy, resulted in scarcity on an unprecedented scale. By the winter of 1916, the effects of the blockade were acutely felt, leading to a dire food crisis that became known as the Turnip Winter. The turnip as a substitute. With traditional staples like bread becoming scarce, the turnip emerged as a substitute in the German diet. Turnips, previously used primarily as animal fodder, became a critical source of sustenance for civilians. Germans turned to inventive recipes to make the most of this humble vegetable, but the nutritional value was limited, and the monotony of the diet took a toll on public morale. Rationing and starvation. Rationing was implemented, but it offered only meager portions. The combination of insufficient food, harsh winter conditions, and the physical demands of the war effort resulted in widespread malnutrition and, in extreme cases, starvation. The Turnip Winter became a symbol of the sacrifices made by the German civilian population in the name of total war. Social consequences. The Turnip Winter had profound social consequences. Malnutrition and hunger fueled discontent among the civilian population. Riots and protests erupted as people demanded relief from the dire conditions. The food crisis not only strained the physical health of the German populace but also tested the social fabric, contributing to a growing sense of disillusionment with the war. Government response. In response to the deteriorating situation, the German government implemented various measures to address the food crisis. These included rationing programs, efforts to increase domestic food production, and attempts to break the British blockade. However, these measures were not sufficient to alleviate the widespread suffering experienced during the Turnip Winter. The Turnip Winter of 1916 stands as a poignant chapter in the history of total war during World War I. It vividly illustrates the harsh realities faced by civilians on the home front as they grappled with scarcity, malnutrition, and the profound impact of a war that extended its reach into every aspect of daily life. The Turnip Winter serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of total war, where entire societies found themselves starving and struggling for survival in the midst of a conflict that reshaped the course of history.